It was early 2009, and I had only been a father for a few months. My friends and I launched out on a cold winter day to do a big run on the Elk River in North Carolina. It's full of giant rapids and waterfalls and beauty. And for the first time on the river, I had a new, terrifying perspective. It wasn't the dangerous portages on slick rocks. It wasn't the extreme focus and skill it takes to get down a river like this. It wasn't even watching your best paddling buddy get throttled in a hole. It wasn't wondering if he'd pop back up. And it wasn't wondering if he could grab your rope as you pulled him off the lip of a 40-foot waterfall. And it wasn't wondering what would have happened if he didn't get the rope. It was bigger than this. It was bigger than running that waterfall yourself. It was how in the world was I going to get little man ready for this? Ready to take on life's challenges, big or small. Ready to be able to step up and help a friend. I was going to have to teach him everything I knew. And that's what I set out to do, one moment at a time. And what does that look like? It looks like camping and hunting and boogie boards in the ocean, riding four-wheelers on the farm, catching salamanders in the mountains. Sometimes it's riding shotgun on Dad's kayak, or getting his own kayak for the first time, hammock camping, hiking in the mountains, fishing with Dad, and sometimes fishing by himself, tubing on Class 4 rivers, learning how to ride a bike, and of course, taking on some rapids, each time bigger and better. And we're getting there. And sometimes I'll catch him staring at a river after a trip, and I see a boy full of confidence turning into a man, proud of what he's just accomplished. But what if I didn't know how to do these things? And what if I didn't know how to teach him? Would this picture be a boy looking at a river and wondering, never having known what it was like to be out there? So this is Yackleberry's first time taking the family kayak camping. It's going to be a big deal.
It is a big deal.
This is a big moment in Yackleberry's life. He spent the last 2 years getting ready, working and training, trying to get into a position to take his kids camping. Starting from a disadvantaged point of not knowing how to do it and never having done it himself. He had to work through a lot to get here. I'm glad to have had a part in it.
I'm able to give to them kind of what I wish I had, and so this is that day.
And so Yackleberry and his sons paddled off on their first giant moment of a million more. Feeling blessed, I started thinking about some of the trips I had done. Andrew and I grew up together, camping together, playing soccer together. As adults, we would even hunt together in Alaska. And what a blessing and unique situation to have lifelong best friends whose kids are best friends, making the same memories together 40 years later.
let it in. If I could, I would be right here with you. This world
We poked down the river in a canoe, fly fishing, seeing the sights, trying to catch critters in nets.
You got it? You got it? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's got to be at least 20, 30 pounds. Oh, man. State record. Blue deal stuff.
do you feel the same?
And making a memory for the big boys, Andrew caught the smallest fish I've ever seen caught on a fly rod.
I will let you into my mind's deep.
Took a lunch break on a rock in the middle of the river.
The lights are out and heaven's open. We can be everything we want.
Andrew and I challenged the boys to swim the width of the entire river.
In between the contrasts of our souls.
Hey, Petey. Love you, buddy.
They took the challenge and made it.
Yeah, give it to me. Lay it real quick. Put your thumb in there, buddy. Throw 'em back in. Andrew's fish getting bigger. What kind of lizard is it?
Lights are out and
What's it
heaven's
called?
open. We can be
You gonna let him go?
everything we
It's a pretty lizard. Set him on that rock somewhere. Behind you. He does like it. That is cool.
clocks, the bees are
So we just did our first run of the waterfalls, and
contrasts of
oh, there goes another one.
souls.
Warrens are catching one too. Oh, he's getting away. Oh, he's down in there somewhere. Too much action to put the camera down. Get him. Oh, action. There you go. He's got him. Be gentle with him. Oh, yeah. All right. Skink buried up inside Pete's life jacket down there. There he is. Under your left armpit. There he is. Nice, guys.
And of course you have to have a little whitewater training in disguise.
This is everything your mother told you not to do. Let's go, Betty. Come on. You ready? Yeah. Let's go. Woo! Oh! Woo! Come this way. Get out in front of me. Come this way. We lost the Warrens. We lost them. Let's wait. Let's wait for it. We can. Oh, yeah. Oh, there's a big rock. Oh. Oh boy, big current, Petey. Feet out in front of you. Feet out in front. Whoa, big bumps. Let go of me. Here we are on the father-son campout, Cape Fear River, doing the rock slide. Trying to get to shore here. Woo, having a good time, aren't we, buddy?
Yeah!
September 4th.
1943.
1943? No, how about 2015? Big waterfall! Alright, turn around. Alright, right over here. You coming? Come on out! Here, sit down. Come on, come on! Go, come to me! Hurry! Are you ready? fun?
Yeah.
Where are we at? Lanier Falls.
The near fall cookies.
Okay. Did anyone have a near-death experience?
No. Yeah.
Pete did. He thought he was going to die there. Got sucked under the hydraulic at the falls. But I was there to scoop him out. He was underwater for at least a half a second. It was bad.
And of course, the boys needed to fly fish a little bit.
It's a dead end, so let's go back.
Then we made our fire at our camp. Warmed up a little bit. The perfect September afternoon. And in perfect tradition, Andrew and I made a hobo dinner for the boys. We grew up on this stuff on campouts in the Royal Rangers.
Got another big monster Petey's on the net. That's a good sized brim. Good.
The next morning, we loaded the canoes and started heading down the river again.
Yeah.
So is this the evening of the first night, or what is it?
It is the morning of the second day.
It was a perfect weekend. And like those ripples in the water, this memory will go on forever. And it's another one of a million moments that will live inside these child's hearts.
Nice work. Look at that. Like a champ.
And something I learned from my father is that if you train up a child in the way he should go, he will not depart from it. And these are not just camping trips. These are children learning how to be a man, watching their fathers interact with the world, learning how to treat people, learning how to handle themselves in situations. Get your kids out there, no matter what it takes. And as far as training PD up for that waterfall, and for the rest of life, we're well on our way. In fact, we have a goal to make our first waterfall together by the end of summer. We've only got a few years left with this little rascal to get him ready for all.